Hi everyone, I'm Tanya with Riley and Company. Welcome to Lunch and Learn with Stress-Free Card Making. I am so excited to be here. For those of you that don't know who Riley and Company is, we are a rubber stamping company in the middle of Kansas. We have 5 different lines. I'm going to run through those with you real quick. And then we're going to make an amazing card. I will show you that card real quick. Look at this adorable card we are going to make. Yes, look at that. And hopefully, I craft pretty quick. So hopefully, um, we will be able to make 2 cards. So we're going to get started. Now, if you watched my little promos before the show, there was going to be a code to be able only for this lunch and learn. Only those of you watching will get this code. Um, It's going to be good for a couple days, except I couldn't figure out how to do the code, so we're just making it available for everybody. So with any $25 purchase, normally it's $50. With any $25 purchase, you are going to get a free grab bag with 5 Riley or Funny Bone stamps that have been discontinued, so you don't have to worry about buying something today and doubling up. So it is worth $35. So with any $25 purchase, you get a free grab bag. So get out there when we're done, okay? And I appreciate very much. So I am going to put you over to a different camera and I'm going to show you what Riley's all about. With Riley and Company, we have 5 different lines. Okay, the first, of course, is Riley, our little namesake. This is Riley. He has been around for a very, very long time, probably maybe going on 20 years. But in the basic Riley and Friends line, we have Riley in a variety of different poses of, I think we've around 100 doctors, nurses, pretty much anything, jumping out of a cake. And we have his little friends. We have a dog and a couple cats and, oh gosh, a giraffe and some raccoons. So that is the Riley and Friends line. You'll see that at rileyandcompanyonline.com. You have to put the online.com in there. Next, we have our insanely popular Funny Bones line. Oh my goodness, I think we have over 850 funny, snarky sayings. We are the original home of snarks. So grab a beverage, go out, take a look. You are going to love it. I promise. So I'll just throw you a couple of these through my back out sleeping, tweak my neck, sneezing. So I'm probably just one fart away from complete paralysis. Happy belated birthday, the art of sending things after the fact, so yours is noticed more. I used to think the whole pot of coffee by yourself meant you have a problem. Now I know it's getting started. Yes, for those people that know me, they know that these things pretty much describe me. We like to have fun at Riley and Company. Congratulations, your application to join the Old Farts Club's been accepted. Great for a guy's card. Shenanigans, because life is way more fun when you're up to something. In our final little sample, I got me an emotional support pet. It's a chicken. It's crispy, and it also came with a biscuit. You can go out and find a lot of these samples on our fan page, okay? On Facebook. Our next line is our dress up line. And for those of you that don't know about it, our dress up line, what we use to make this card, is basically paper dolls, but with like super cute animals instead. So there are 6 different animals in the basic line. So all of the accessory sets fit all of these animals. So we have, of course, Riley, and we have our cows, and we have our foxes. But if you use these, you can turn them into raccoons. We have our adorable giraffe. We have my darling Penny the possum, and she is actually really off of a possum that I found out here on our acreage. Little girl, poor little girl. I rescued her. And then finally, we have our new bunny line. And so all of the accessories, I'm just going to run through a few of these, are Oz accessories, gardening accessories, crafting accessory sets, an Irish set. We have them for everything. Little rock and roll set, Christmas, even a unicorn set. So all of these, of course, have matching dies to go with them, and they all fit these characters, these basic characters. So I believe there's close to 45 different accessory sets now. Okay, so that is our dress up line. That's what we're going to use to make our card today. And we also have our Mushroom Lane line. Now, this is a wildly successful line of little mushroom houses. Okay, they're rubber stamps about the size of my hand, and they're made to go on a card. And the original Mushroom Lane line has about 20 houses, all different kinds. So there's a little polka dot house, and there's another little polka dot house. It's got 2 levels. There's a library, and there's a little winter house, and there's police stations, and all kinds of fun stuff. Then we decided if the little mushrooms and the fairies, this is where the little gnomes and fairies, if the gnomes and fairies live here, then they probably need a little business district, to hang out and play with. So we created an urban business district for all the little gnomes and fairies. And I think there's 20 or 30 different businesses. And here's just a few. We have a little craft and stamp. See? Craft and stamp. We have a coffee central. We have a burger bar. We have a little pizza shop. All of these have dies to go with them that create 3D cards. Yes, 3D cards. And of course, I don't have a sample of a 3D card, but the good thing is we're going to make one. So hopefully we're going to make 2 cards today. I've got an hour and I go pretty quick. So you're thinking, oh my goodness, the coloring on this. Oh my goodness, I could never do that. Yes, you can. I'm going to show you how, okay? So with the urban business district, then the inchworms moved in the next neighborhood. Well, we didn't want them living, in tents and stuff. So we made them their own little houses. Where do inchworms live? In fruit and veggies. So this is Veggie Lane. And there's about 10 of them now with little Veggie Lane. And of course, they have their 3D pop-up dies too. I'm going to show you a secret with these in just a second. Okay. Our final line with Riley & Company is our cut up die line. This is a pumpkin overlay, insanely wild right now. And there are various cut up dies, they're metal dies that go with every season. And we try to keep them fun and happy and things that go along with our Funny Bones and our Riley. Okay. So that is our cut ups line. There's 5 lines. Now you know all things Riley. Let's go back to the Funny Bone or the Mushroom Lane line for a second. And I'm going to show you something. So I was at a show, and it was for stores. And my buddy Lisa said, I've got customers that don't like to color. You should create layering sheets. And I'm like, what? She goes, yeah, little colored sheets that you can sell that people can cut out and make 3D cards. And I'm like, yeah, I sell stamps. I don't sell coloring sheets. And she goes, yeah, but if you had coloring sheets, everybody could make the cards. So this is what we decided to do. So I'm going to show you this is our haunted shroom. Here are the 3D dies that cut it out to make a 3D layered house. But if you don't want to color and you still want to make an amazing card, you can buy the layering sheets. And look at this. There's 4 sheets in each pack, and they are all my design that I colored. Okay. Actually, they're Kim's design. I colored them. So put that there. So the first thing that you do is you just cut off the bottom, and this is your first layer. And now I'm going to show you how insanely simple it is to make a card with these. I promise it will take under 5 minutes, and then we will get to the card. So what I did is we include 4 because you're going to need at least 3 of them to cut out all the pieces. So I took the 3D dies, and that's exactly what I did here. I'm going to move my little Riley & Company thing out of the way. So I cut off the bottom strip right here. All right. You can add clouds if you want. Just grab your little, I just took a little piece of paper and cut little wavy designs on it. This is our background. Okay. So we're just going to use a little black ink. We're going to create some clouds so it looks like nighttime. And don't worry about getting it on what's there because that's going to be covered up with our layering, right? So now we have a little nighttime scene going on there. Oopsie. All right, easy peasy. And on the back of each one of these that I've cut out with my dies, and you can fussy cut these too. If you don't want to buy the dies, you can buy the 4 sheets, and they're only $5 for 4 sheets. So it makes a really fun card. So I cut out these, and all I did on the back was put foam tape, and you literally just put them right on top of where the piece is underneath it. Here's this. And we are going to make a card in under 5 minutes. It's so easy. No coloring. But you can tell people it's a whole lot easier to do if you stand up, trust me. So for this piece, I'm going to have to back up and stand up because I can't see. All right, there we go. We're going to put that on top. Here's a little stained glass window. And all you have to do is match them up to the piece below. Here is the little arch over the doorway. Peel off all these. Right. And look at that. Okay. And our little lamp. Put that there. And on the website, we're just going to keep matching up our pieces. On our website at RileyandCompanyOnline.com, if you go to this particular stamp, you will find a layering sheet that you can print out, or a cutting sheet that you can print out, that will show you how each of these are layered up. Okay, so here's the little cat. And we're going to put him on there. And then our little skeleton head. And our pumpkin. And look at how easy this is. We are just literally building a card. We put the little bat right here. Okay, and we have created a 3D card. Look at that. It's 3D. Then all you do with this piece is you glue it to the back of a card. I'm going to grab our zip dry real quick. And I always use Stickles and Glossy Accent. I'll explain zip dry later. It's delicious for those of you that don't know. Put that right there. Just going to glue that down. Rub off the extra. Oops. I found my little tombstone. And there you go. Easy peasy layering sheets. Look at how quick that card was. Isn't that fun? And you can tell people you colored it. I don't care. They go, oh, your coloring is fabulous. And all you have to do is say, thank you. So that is our layering sheets. Okay. Now, moving along, let's create this card. So much fun. So these are the dress-up characters, like I showed you earlier. And I've done a little pre-work, okay, just so I can show you, spend more time coloring with you guys. This is my favorite thing to do. Saturday morning is to hop online and do an event and be able to just sit and talk to you guys. I cannot see the chat. Normally we do them on Facebook, so I can sit and chat and look at your comments and stuff. But I hope you guys are having a great time. I really do. Hold on. You have to have coffee to craft, right? All righty. So this card right here, I used my basic dress up. So I used my bunny and Riley and my cow. And then I grabbed the Halloween set. Okay. And of course, these have dies too. I grabbed the Superheroes 2 sets. All right. And I grabbed the Star Wars set. Love this. And we also have the spring sets. And I used the Happy Halloween cut-ups. So we're going to dump all of our pieces. We're going to set this little guy here for my little inspiration on how to work. And I love to color. I love, 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 love to color. It's very soothing for me. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to do the base of our card first, and we're just going to set it aside. All right, so what I've done, this is a long card that fits in just a regular envelope, okay? And what I've done is I have just taken the top and I have folded it towards the inside, okay? And then fold out towards the outside. We're going to make us a little easel card. All right. Then on a long piece of paper here, okay, I have just put in foam tape on the back. If you can't tell, I love foam tape. Foam tape and Stardust stickles and glossy accents. Super easy, and it just gives dimension to everything. So we're going to put this little guy here. And what this does, you have to have foam tape because it creates your stop. Just like that. Okay. So when we glue our card front on, we're only going to glue it to the front, the bottom piece. Okay. So we're going to set this aside, and then we're going to get started on this guy. So I have grabbed one of my very favorite dies from KarenBerniston.com. It is Nature's Edges. All right. We have a long Nature's Edges, so you can do slimline cards, and we have the short version. I use this grass so much. I absolutely love it. Karen was one of the speakers, and she's also my business partner with that company. She and I are together in that company. I have Riley, and then she and I have KB together. So I have just put a little bit of vintage photo ink. I use vintage photo ink on a lot of stuff just because it hides a lot of imperfections. Okay, so we're just going to glue that down there. Now, let me introduce you to Zip Dry. If nobody's used Zip Dry is fabulous because it lets you move your stuff around on your page before it locks it down. And if you go to all this trouble to make a really fabulous card, you do not want a glue that locks down immediately, or you're going to be off center or, not perfectly straight. There you go. Look at that. If I wanted to move it, I could move it while it's already locked down, but I don't want to. Okay. You have about, 20, 30 seconds to pull it up if you make a mistake. Okay. These are my little cut ups. We'll set those to the side. All right. Now we're going to put the moon on, and all we're going to do, come back to my vintage photo just to show you guys what I have on my desk. Look at this. Well, you can barely see it because I always keep this right here, right? This is my vintage distress inks, different colors, and I love them. It's just a little tiny square that I keep. A lot of times I don't even have to re-ink because I have ink on here. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to add random. See, kind of looks like a moon, huh? Right? We do that and pop that right there in the corner, and I'm going to put it over the edge. So I'm going to take my Zip Dry, put some on there, and I'm going to move it right where I like it, okay? Again, the beauty of Zip Dry. Then we're just going to take scissors. I'm going to cut that off. And this paper is Halloween Market from Carta Bella. Love it so much. I love anything that has a background on it that is so easily usable. So now we have that. We have our funny bones. You're never too old to beg for free candy. True story. I'm going to run along the edge. Here's a little tip for you. Sometimes when people ink, they don't like the result, and it's because they ink too much. So this is inked and it's got a little shadow, right? Did you notice I didn't do this? I just slid it along the edge just to give it a little shadow. And I'm going to do that with my orange too. Okay. We're going to glue this on. And the great thing about Zip Dry, it's like rubber cement, but better quality in a bottle. And that way, I mean, look, if you did this with tape, with a tape runner or something, you would have a heck of a time. You'd ruin one of the two pieces trying to get it off, right? Zip Dry lets you do this. Takes it off, put it back on, rub it around, make it nice and perfect. And then trying to get this off later is an absolute impossibility, I promise you. And now we're just gonna put that right there. Easy peasy. This is one of my favorite funny bones. Kind of true, right? Free candy? I'll beg. All right. Our front is done, and now we're going to set it aside with that, with our base. We're going to get out all of our pieces, and you're like, oh, this is so many pieces to color. Super simple, especially when you have costumes on front of them. So we have the 3 grasses. I'm going to lay those out. We have the Star Trooper. We have the Wonder Woman outfits and our little trick-or-treat bags. We have it all straight in our little Hulky outfit. Okay, so for Riley. So let's get to coloring. Let's do the little grasses first. They're easy. All right. Oh, and I put these over here to where I'm going to have to reach across. That is not a good thing. Moving these over here. All right, so I'm just going to take my greens. I've got several greens here. All right, I use Copics. I love Copic markers. They're alcohol-based. The key to Copic markers is use a dye-based ink, so you don't have 2 different inks trying to blend together. If one's dye and one's alcohol-based, they won't interfere with each other. So I'm just going to grab a couple of these greens, all right, and I'm going to show you how super easy it is to color these grasses. Number 1, you don't have to stay inside the lines. I never do. Watch this. There you go. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. Now, if you use the same marker and you go over it again, the great thing about Copics is it gives you a shadow, an automatic shadow. So what we're going to do is we're just going to find the pieces that are in the back. Okay. And give them a little bit of a shadow. You can do that with the same marker. You just have to go over it again. It's fabulous. Now I'm going to take a little darker. I'm sorry, for those of you that like to color long, that was YG05. And YG17, I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to find my back pieces and the bottom. Back pieces and the bottom. Grass is random, right? And there you go. We have our 3 grass pieces. Easy peasy. Those are done. Okay, now, since we've got our greens out, let's tackle our Hulk, which is Riley. All right, so I found this piece that was already colored. Literally, if you can see it, I just used 2 pieces of blue. I'm going to give you guys the best secret you will ever have right now. When I color, when I get my sets in, I literally color. I'm grabbing it real quick. I literally colored the whole set at once. See this? So this is the entire stamp set. And I sit down and I take my time and I color and I make my little colors over here. So here's my guide. I always know what colors I need. And I keep this one. And I put it in a little binder. Okay. I have them for every set that we have. Okay. All of them, even the little bunnies. I even have them for the basics. Then I keep them in my notebook. Look at this. The whole book is full of these. When I want to make a card with one of these, I photocopy it. Right? Easy peasy. I photocopy it. Whoops. And I have my little book. I do this with Mushroom Lane, and I do this with my dress-up sets. So simple. Color it once, take your time, enjoy it, save the original, photocopy it every time you need to use it. So that's where this came from. That's why I put that there, so I could remind myself to tell you. But now we are going to color him green, and I'm going to look over at my original, and it's telling me 325 and 63 is what I need to use. So let's start with 3. No, actually, I'm going to start with 25. Okay, so what we're going to do is the Hulk is green. We are just going to start coloring green. Now, another little hint. I love giving hints. I used to own a store and I taught there, and it was just so much fun to give people hints. With alcohol markers, you don't color like this. All right, see how you can see different spots? If you go in circles when you color, it blends it out so much better. Look at that. Give it a nice good coat. Now, if you go through it a second time, you can do your shading around the edges and where you need to shade, and it will blend perfectly, right? Now we're not going to worry too much because on this guy, we have this overlay. All right. So now we're just going to do his little overlay too. And we're just going to do circles for the base layer. I want to get lots of alcohol on here so that everything else I put on top of it is going to blend in really well. All right, so now I have those two done. So now let's just grab a little darker color. So we're going to go with let's come back with our original color, and I'm going to put some shadows in underneath his pecs because, you know, that's where the shadows would be, and in his muscles, and in these lines, right? Okay, and in these little lines here, he's a muscly little guy. All right, then we're going to take the darker color, and we're going to come back in and just highlight a little bit more where those shadows would be. Everybody always asks me, so what type of markers do you like the best? And I always tell them, you know, I'm going to go back to my head, and I'm just going to come up and do my shadows in there too. Just going to go around the outside of his head. Okay, look at that. And down under here, because shadows would be down under there, right? The shorts. Now all we have to do, I'm going to ink this up, just edge it. And when you use your vintage photo ink, it makes all the white go away, right? You don't even notice it, the little edge. So his little pants are going to go there. Okay. Oh, I forgot to color his little things. And I was actually telling you something, and I squirreled, which is what I do. So I'm just going to go off the edge on this. And I'm going to use my little circles, right? If it's a smaller spot, you really don't need to. If it's a bigger spot, there we go. Now, because he is green, he's the Hulk, I'm going to go back in with my darker green that I used, and I'm going to go back over that brown just to give it that green tint. All right. I chose these costumes. I got to tell you, I love Marvel and DC. Love, 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 love those movies. So now all we have to do is dress him. So we're going to take our little zip dry, and we're going to put on his chest. We have a little saying that says, I opened my shirt to check my abs, and Doritos found out. And one of our brilliant design team members made this in skin color with abs. It was the funniest thing, with Doritos falling out, of course. So, put his shorts on. Ta-da! And if you want to add shadows, once you get done, if you photocopy it and it doesn't quite have the shadows, you can go back over your little photocopied piece and add the shadows that you want to add, right? To give it a little more depth. It's down in there. Get that. Cute. All right, there's our Hulk. He's done. Now let's go on to the Stormtrooper outfit, because that is super easy. All right. Stormtrooper outfits are basically white. Okay. In this set, we made the Stormtrooper bottom, I guess you would say. The same that you can use for the Darth Vader bottom. So it's just two different hats, same bottom. But this time we're going to turn it into a stormtrooper. Now I'm going to use a gray, a very, very dark gray. Black is so harsh. Black is really super harsh. So I like to use the dark grays instead. And if you don't know how to color a stormtrooper outfit, do what I did. Just Google it. Okay. We're going to just color that in, color these in. I could have made him a little Darth Vader, but this is a whole lot easier. Lot easier. All right, so around the top, we're going to do these little things. Not a lot of shading to go with this, right? There's that. Like that. And we're going to bring this down here. And along the little sides here. And that's it. We are done with the Stormtrooper outfit. We could add a few more little shades of gray just to make it a little more shadowy, right? We can just come in here and add some gray because we know it's white, but we'll just add a little shadow. Okay, we'll add some shadows on the sides of the boots down here. And up here and probably underneath this because you know it overlaps there. And then on the top here, we're just going to add some shadows on the helmet. And around the bottom here to give him a little depth. And under here to give him some depth. And there we go. So now we just have to grab our bunny. A mess here. So now we're going to grab our little bunny. And I photocopied the bunny. But as you can see, it's not really dark, right? Not really dark. It's okay. We're going to cover it up. And I'm going to show you that, again, you can take markers and go over your photocopies. So we're going to make the little cheeks and the little ears. Right? I'm going to make the inside here just really cute and pink. And there's our bunny. How easy is that, right? So super simple. All right, we are going to dress it up and we're going to put on the little Darth Vader outfit. It's like that. Cover up his little paws. For those of you that don't know us, make sure you go out and you get on our fan page and you sign up for our emails because we do quite a few virtual events. I love doing them. It's my way of connecting with people. After 2020, we used to do shows all over the country, and we don't do shows anymore because after 2020, we got so busy that we manufacture everything ourselves. So we got so busy that I didn't have the heart to go ask my manufacturing team to, make me a whole entire 40-foot booth again. So we started doing everything from home, and I love doing events. I love reaching out to everybody and talking. On our Facebook events, we give away crazy prizes, like crazy, crazy prizes just to random people that comment. So make sure you go out and check out our website, get on our email list. We have an events page that will tell you all the different events that we do. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to pop it up. Okay, so there we go. And there's a little head. Now, do I want the little fluffy stuff sticking out? No, probably not. And it's okay because all I'm going to do is trim it off. One time in this set, there's a little Yoda. And so I made Yoda out of the bunny and just cut the ears off. It's the funniest thing. I think I have it here to show you. Got a whole bunch of dress up stuff to show you if I get done in time. But let me show you if I can find him. No, of course I can't find him. Well, there's that. Yeah, of course I can't find him right now because that would be way too easy. He's probably in this pile somewhere, and hopefully I'll be able to show you in a little while. So there's our bunny. Super easy. So there's 2 down. Now all we have left is our little cow. All right. And our Wonder Woman outfit. You might think it looks hard. It's really not. So on the cow, you can have any color cow you want. All right. Since most of the cow is going to be covered up, I don't want it to be real dark. I wanted it to be light. So I'm just going to take a brown, an E47 brown, and I'm just going to go in on the ears and just color in the spots. Okay. Little spots. All right. In this spot. All right, that's as easy as it is. I'm going to use a different brown, just a different color brown, and do the hooves. You can use black, you can use whatever you want. Do the little horns. All right, and there we have it. Now, for the eyes, I always use a B color, like a 000 color. Okay, it can be B000 or it can be BG000. It doesn't matter, but watch what happens to just eyes like this. So when you just put a little bit of blue in the eyes, look at that. It makes this so much different, doesn't it? All right, we are going to grab a pink color. RV10 is one of my go-to pink colors. We are going to do that right here. And I'm going to make a little snout pink, just because I can. All right, there you go. Oh, I missed some right here, but it's okay because we're going to cover it up. That is our cow. That's it. That's all you got to do. On here, we have 2 arms, 2 little arm pieces. Uh-oh. I lost her head piece. Oh, no. Like, seriously? It was in the bag. I promise you guys. Aw. We're going to have a Wonder Woman without a headpiece. Darn it. Okay. Hold on. Looking in my bag. Looking in my bag. It will show up soon. I promise you. It always does. Okay. So let's get started on this anyway. Let's do the rope first. We'll just have yellow. You're going to crack up. See all these little lines? You're like, oh, that would be so terrible to color. Nope. Watch this. Ta-da! Golden lasso. Right? Okay. Then let's do the yellow pieces of her outfits. Where's her boots, too? Oh. Okay, well, she's not going to have boots either. This little space. Yeah. Okay. So she's not going to have boots either, but we're going to get the gist of the outfit. So her little armbands are yellow in the middle and yellow in the middle. Okay. And then the top of this is that color. And then the center is this color. All right, that's our yellow. Now I'm going to go back over it again. All right. I'm going to go back over it again, just on the sides because it's going to give me a little bit of a shadow. All right. And on each side, just a little bit of a shadow. Then I'm going to come in with a little darker. Okay. And I'm going to create an even better shadow. Just down along the edge and along the sides. Now I always wait to do my reds. I'm going to do the same thing on both the arms. I always wait to do my reds last. And on the lasso, you can come back in and just add some shadows on the inside. Right, there, we're done. I always wait to do the reds last because the red is a color that tends to bleed a lot when it grabs another color. So I always do those last. Just another little tip for you. So I'm going to take my blue and I'm going to come back in and just do the whole skirt. Okay, whole skirt on that one. I'm going to use the same marker. I'm not even going to change out my markers. Okay, same marker. And I'm going to go back in and I'm going to give this shading underneath her belts and down along the sides. Same marker gives you shading. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Love my Copics. So I'm going to grab that darker yellow again because I did a little boo-boo here. I'm just going to blend that right in. I'm going to make my little boo-boo part of it. All right. See that? And then finally, we're just going to grab our red and go to town. So I'm going to grab my R59. It's going to hang on. I'm going to go off the edge. Okay. And off the edge. Just like that. All right, there's the arm pieces. I really can't believe I lost that headdress. Sorry, I'm squirreling again, but it just really bothers me when I can't get stuff from one spot to the other. All right, let's go in and color the bodice. And see, if I do this color, if I do red last, I don't have to bring anything up next to it because the red will tend to grab onto the colors next to it if it touches. So and there we go. That's it. If you want to do some shading, we're just going to bring it in, or you can grab a little darker red, which is what I've done here, and just bring in from the sides. Okay. There we go. We have the armbands, and now let's just put her together. Easy peasy. I'm going to put her little skirt on with some zip tie. All right, we're going to put her little rope right there, which is why I didn't do the tail color. There you go. There. And we're going to put a couple little dots here so we can put her armbands on. I never can remember whether they're upside down or over, so we'll just put them over this time. Ta-da. And ta-da. All right, now she should have this little piece right here. Let's see if I can get it out. I don't think I can pull that off without ruining my card. So she's supposed to have that piece. So you guys are just going to have to imagine that she has that piece, right? And she is finished. Now all we have left is to do our trick-or-treating pumpkins. All right, those are super easy. I grabbed one color of orange, my favorite orange in my Copics. And we're just going to do circles with this guy. And this guy, we're going to do circles. See how that blends in? I'm going to come back and I am just going to give it a little bit of a shadow underneath. And a little bit of a shadow underneath. All right, I'm going to take my ink, my sponge, and go over the handle. Get rid of that harsh white. And those two are done. And we're going to make this little trick-or-treat bag a fun green. So let's make it a salad color green. All right. We're going to use the same marker and come back in here and give it a shadow, and in here and give it a shadow. Okay. Maybe a little bit down on the bottom too. All right, and we are ready to assemble. All right, so we're going to take our front that we put together before, and we are going to put her down here. And what I used my foam tape. Okay. And I just cut a piece off there. Put a piece there. And we're going to put her down. Okay. And just to show you what I apparently didn't get in the packet, it's really here somewhere. These two little boots, which are so cute. And this little headpiece. Aren't they adorable? All right. So we're just going to use our imaginations right now. We're just going to say that her mom was busy when she was dressing her and forgot. I have no idea where that came from. Okay. All right. So we have that. I'll stick this on the back of a pumpkin so I don't waste it. So here, alrighty, I'm going to put that. They're going to be holding hands there. Okay. And then finally, we're going to put Hulk on. Just like that. And they're going to be holding hands too. All right, we're going to, I'm going to take and do a little tiny cut right here. And then I'm going to slide the jack-o'-lantern in that little slit. Okay. And we're going to do that. And the Wonder Cow is going to do the same thing. Only we are not going to put foam tape on this one. We're just going to slide that in and glue it down. And finally, we're going to do a little cut there and slide a little trick-or-treat bag in here. All right, get up there. Here we go. And we're going to glue that down. Is this hilarious? I just love this. And I do believe I might send this to my brother. Okay, so then all we have is one little piece of grass to put here. Again, I'm going to pull out my foam. And I got way too much, so I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to do this. And that is going to go right there, just to give it some dimension. So there we go. There's the front of our card. Super easy. Isn't that crazy? Super simple. Now, if you would have had these pre-colored and sitting in your little book of pre-colored stuff, all you would have had to do is die cut them out and kaboof, there you're done. So we're going to take this and we are going to put it on the front of our card. Now we're only going to glue it to this piece right here, all right? This is where Zip Dry is magnificent. So we're just going to put it around the edges And yeah, you can get Zip Dry on our website. I absolutely love it. When I owned my store in Shawnee, I used this religiously. It was about the only glue I used. I also used the Karen Bernstein glue for little tiny pieces because it locks them in so fast. So see, with this, I can get my edges absolutely perfect before I squeeze it. If it comes out on the sides, it's okay. It's rubber cement. It just rubs off. Ta-da. All right, there we go. Nice. Okay, we're going to give that a second and we're going to work on our inside. So all we have left is the 2 die cuts. And I mentioned the Karen Bernstein glue. This is a really fun glue. I hope this is the one. This is because it has a little fine tip, or the fine tip bottles and the tips on our fine tip bottles, they are magnificent, especially for doing words and stuff like this, because you can get in all the little tiny places. So all I'm going to do, I cut 2 out, an orange and a black of each of the Happy Halloween. All right, and it was from the candy corn border set, which I love. I'm just going to offset. I love doing this with words. It just gives it a little something, and it's so simple, but a little something. I'm going to do the same with the Halloween. Okay. Just like that. And now we're going to put them here. Easy peasy, just like that. I know I say that too much, don't I? Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. That's from some movie. And I'm going to use my Zip Dry on this because I want to be able to move it where I want to move it. So that looks just perfect. See how I got some on there? It's okay. It'll rub right off and dry. This one. Right. And right there, it'll let me scoot it in. And I am going to put 2 more little pieces of foam on the back of these guys, attach them up, and we will be finished. And I will have enough time to show you some more fun samples. Again, the special, the unannounced special, only for all of you watching this, is a free grab bag with a $25 purchase. It is only good for today and tomorrow. So make sure you go out there. Normally it's on, when we run the special, it's on a $50 purchase. So just for you guys, we dropped it down. I hope you like that. So we're going to put that there. You can grab some layering sheets and some Dress Up Riley and all kinds of good stuff. And that right there. So that is our card. Ha! How fun is that? If I were to use the stickles and all that good stuff, I would stickle up the Happy Halloween and the grasses. These are also on our website. I use them religiously. I will just, the Stardust stickles, I love it because it takes on the color of anything you put it on. So like I'll do it with that and this one. Okay, and we should probably put it on there, right? Okay, and oh, definitely on her rope, for sure. And I think that's good. And glossy accents I would put on the pumpkins and on the helmet and on her little eyeballs. So there is your card. Actually, it's our second card. I don't even know what I did with the first card. It's around here somewhere too. Yeah. So there's our card. And here, just to give you a little bit more of a taste for all the fun that you can have, with Dress Up Riley. Here's one of Riley's friends, Tucker. Now, he's not a basic set, but some of the dress up accessories work with him. So we just gave him a little Easter basket and a little headdress. Here's our adorable Penny in her wedding dress, right? So here's our giraffe in a little egg costume from the Easter set. And are you ready for this? This is the Wizard of Oz set. Oh, see, we got a flying monkey. And we have the lion, right? And a scarecrow. The more dress up sets you have, the more you can combine them. And seriously, it's just like paper dolls. It's so much fun. If you want to do a fun set as a gift, you can put them on magnets and put them in a little can, and kids can swap them in and out and in and out, right? So here's a little giraffe in his little gardening outfits, and our little cow in his rider high outfit. Yeah, the rock and roll set. This is part of the farmers. This is one of my faves. I love it. I love St. Patrick's Day. Halloween and St. Patrick's Day. Any day that you can drink beer and dress up like an idiot, I'm all about it. Really, I am. I just saw somebody message me that said, oops, I forgot the coupon code. Great thing is, you don't need the coupon code. I have it set up to where any order placed, $25 or more, gets a free grab bag, okay? Free grab bag, $25 purchase. You do not need a code. And look, here's Thor. Is that a hoot? It's Thor. I do love my marbles. Oh, remember I told you? Looky there. I was calling this little dude Obi-Wan, and I got in trouble for it. No, look at that. And from one of the DC set, look at this. Daddy's Little Monster. Yes, that's from the superhero set as well. And here is an Easter Dress Up Riley. See, this was the same thing before, but we put it on little Tucker's head. Look at these little, you guys see these little slippers? Little bunny slippers. And here's from the Easter set. How much fun is this? Here's our little winter sets. This is not even colored. This was cut out and stamped on a piece of scrapbook paper. We just found this little tiny set. So now he has a little ugly sweater. And here's the giraffe as a scarecrow. The bunny as Darth Vader. Oh, looky, here's my little girl. She's his. We turned our moose into the little girl. Isn't this a scream? Love it. Kiss the Cook. Little R2-D2. A professional set that has a police officer and a construction worker and the little orange cones and a coffee and all kinds of fun stuff. Let's see what else I have in here. We have a little elf, right? All of the fun things. Oh, and here's the groom. There's the groom. Here's the bride. Here's the groom. Are these fantastic? And they're all just the little possum, our little Penny the possum, and we dress it up. Okay. All right. There's even pieces in the fall set that you can use on other cards. So just a quick little recap. I've only got about 45 seconds left. First of all, thank you to absolutely everyone. Well, Dorothy, to absolutely everyone that joined me today. I appreciate it so, so much. And just to remind you, we've got a special just for this Lunch and Learn that you can get a free $35 grab bag with any $25 set. It has red rubber stamps in it. And Riley and Company funnybonesonline.com, everyone. Make sure you join our fan page too. Thank you again so very much for joining me, and have a fabulous, fabulous Saturday.